All right, here we are. I'm with everyone's favorite, Jules. Jules, say hi to everyone. This is Olivia. Big fans of that musical Hamilton. And hello, Mrs. Cap. And guess where we are? Independence Hall. Here we go. Wow. Okay, here we go. I haven't been here, I'm going to tell you, 20 years, 30 years. Here it is. Look, Jules, this is where Alexander Hamilton, he signed that paper, right? That's all she cares about is Hamilton, not the...
The organist is over there.
Jules, come here. So they would sit there, right? And they would play pinochle for hours and hours. And that's it. That's all they did here, pinochle.
What's that?
Huh? It's a card game. It's not true. Alright, so we're going to hit pause.
They would not know what Independence Hall is. To them, this is the State House, Pennsylvania. Folks, they wouldn't know. They'd understand this room to be a British court of law. In 76, folks, everything changed. The judiciary changed. That was retained. We're British subjects and we're entitled to the same legal privileges they had in England. Well, these disappeared. So if you've seen Judge Judy, folks, there won't be any surprises. That's the point here. You need to understand this is where the government can take from you your most cherished possession. What is it? Your freedom. They can incarcerate you in order to protect others from you. But folks, you have rights as the accused. Be you a British subject, an American citizen, a cobbler, or a nobleman. For instance, the trial cannot be in an area distant from the crime. That's because in the colonial period, they hold us across the ocean. Therefore, in our country, you're not going to go to another county, let alone a state. You have the right to a jury of your peers, that's people in your neighborhood. You have the right to a public trial. You see these archways? We do not have closed court proceedings in this country. Well, grand juries, but let's not muddy the waters. You have the right to face your accuser. Furthermore, to know the accusation that is made against you. You have the right to representation in court. What's that? Maybe it's a lawyer. Yeah, a lawyer. Always take it, folks. Most importantly, despite what it might look like, that's the whole point here. In our country, it doesn't matter what it looks like. You are nonetheless innocent until what? It's got to be proven, folks. Look, the fact is this, in some other nations, as we speak, when apprehended, guess what? You're guilty. And the burden of proof is on who? It's on you. That's a very different dog. The paintings original to the crest of the Commonwealth, 8 July 76, they gather behind the place. They hear the first public reading of the Declaration. Later that day, a couple of these guys get up into here and pry from that wall this emblem. Through the streets it goes. Folks, the fire, not an accident. Whose emblem? British who?
Royalty.
Who?
King.
The king, folks. And you fool with this, you are guilty of treason, and shall hang by the neck until you are dead. Let's talk treason. In the room best known for it, I'll meet you there, folks. Go right over right now.
Pause.
All right, left. Please don't stop in the middle. Right or left, left or right. Don't stop.
Folks, keep the kids up front. They can't see.
On
Folks, the
pause.
kids want to be up front. That way, let them in. Kids up front. They can't see through you, over you, or by you. Who's coming up, girls? Guys, come on up. Don't be shy. I promise I won't call.
Not a peep.
Folks, the ball gets rolling not here with this revolution, rather in Virginia. Mid-May '76, Virginia's legislature sends word out here to the delegates meeting the second Commonwealth Congress. And the word is moved on independence. Dude, Mr. Lee, over here in Virginia, as you might imagine, Lee, gets up in early June, he calls for independence. Folks, Mr. Lee is alone. These people are unready. They're in fact subjects of the king, and they're not going to do it. But it's a sharp crowd here. They cover the bases. They appoint 5 guys, one of whom does his homework a block away. See it. It's the most important corner in this nation. 7 and Market, sadly closed. This guy does his homework up there. Tall, red hair, writes real well. A Virginian. Who is it?
Thomas Jefferson.
Mr. Jefferson, folks. Of course, at the end of June, he produces his homework. Congress does not, well, let's say they read it, folks, let's assume it. And then they table it. You see, they put it up on the Secretary's desk. The problem here remains Mr. Lee. And the question is, independence. Are we going to have it? But early July rolls around, long story short, they bring Mr. Lee's question to the floor. As you know, they agree to it. On what day? Early July, folks. Go ahead out on that list for me. What?
4th of July.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, goodness. Who said that? Sir, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm a historian.
It's incorrect. It's incorrect. It's the effort that I'm after.
I tried.
It's odd.
I failed.
Oddly, folks, the big day here is not the 4th of July.
Oh.
It's the second.
It's my
the
birthday.
day these men agree with the league. They're great for me. This is big news. This is a big problem. See this room? They can declare whatever they want. It means nothing. You want impact, you get that out there. Like, say, Spain, the Italian states, down Georgia, Massachusetts. Folks, the question is this: how do you tell them in an era with no texting? It's going to be one tired pigeon. It's a big world. Folks, how do you tell the world out there?
Letters.
Excellent. What letter do they send out here? What do we call it? What do we call this letter?
Declaration of Independence.
Excellent. I call it Jefferson's homework.
My kid.
Folks, they get up here at the Secretary's desk, they pick it up. Been sitting back here. It's the end of June. It's not famous. It will not be for decades. This is a legislative edition. It's a news release. And they sit here, folks, they have a field day, 3 days. They debate every single word. These men made changes, many of them. Almost 40 right here. Mr. Jefferson hated them all. He said they have mangled my document. The folks on the glorious 4th, you got your fireworks, you got your barbecues. That's the day these men accepted simply the way to tell the world. He has refused. He has neglected. He has forbidden. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns. Mr. Jefferson says he has destroyed the lives of our people. This is a bad man. Who is it? He's the king. Of course, it's called a scapegoat, folks. You've got to have one. You see, someone to blame for your perceived trouble. Well, far more important, guys, these ideas that this man puts out in this document, they are alive right now. If you do not think so, you are in desperate need of a newspaper. Go get one. Anywhere in the world in the last 100 years, you'd have had to been under a rock to have missed it. Folks, there is a trend. Exhibit A, the former Soviet Union. You glance at a map, folks, of the whole of Eastern Europe, and South Africa, even China, Afghanistan, Egypt, Libya, Ukraine, Crimea. Folks, you get it? We could march right around the planet. You know what's going on? I do. I want to show you what's going on. Folks, make no mistake. This is what's going on. It's no dead letter. Mr. Jones, he asserts one principle, we got it over and over. It's the right of self-government. It's all about home rule. Did the British give us home rule, young lady? Of course not. They're not giving us anything. How do we get it? It's a war of American independence. It cost this nation dearly. This was signed right here. Anybody know the day? 4th of July. That'd be the best bet. I mean, after all, that's what it says up top. Now, folks, it was signed in July. The problem really is mechanical. We got a secretary up here, you see, Mr. Matlock, and he's got to write this baby up. Folks, this man does not possess one of these. They're no good at that time. You see this box up here in his desk? Folks, I've given it once over, and I've decided that is not a laser printer. So this man is saddled with something very much like this, and a full of ink. Try it. 2 August, they stopped what we're doing. I want to be clear here. These people are not sitting here waiting to sign some kind of famous document. It's not famous. These people you see here, folks, they have over 150 other committees that they're dealing with, folks. They're running the nation at its root. Look, as these men sit here, I say minions of British troops are disembarking 100 miles away up on Staten Island. These troops are performing unspeakable atrocities all over Long Island. This is called war. And don't be fooled. You are in the actual structure. Understand me, folks, there are few peoples world over who can point to such a place. August 2, they line up, little ceremony. They step up here and sign their name on the Declaration of Independence. Folks, you know, had this thing all gone bad, one man would have hanged in the Tower of London. This gentleman's name, George Washington. Folks, that's the easy part. Winning revolutions. It's much tougher when you go to run the country, the new nation. You got 11 bad years to go by. And a couple of same guys come back to this room, they got one job, they failed miserably. They're going to change the first constitution. It's brilliant. It was made good. But these kids' textbooks beat the thing up. You want to know its name? Articles, folks, of Confederation Day 1, they're scrapped. They're not going to change them. The governor of Virginia got up. He said, are we not on the eve of war, which is only prevented by the hopes of this convention? He lays it out. Folks, it's the Virginia plan. It's one. It sets up this national government. It's directed to people, not the states. One word. Favors only one kind of state, Virginia, and other big states. Well, folks, they're not all big. Take, for instance, over here, Delaware, gutting Bedford rises. He said, will not these large states crush the small ones? So you got the big state plan here, it's countered by Mr. Patterson over here in Jersey. They got a city up there named after Billy. Got his own plan, the Jersey plan. Not going to fly. Under it, Delaware is now equal Pennsylvania. Well, folks, here's the problem. Pennsylvania has 10 times more people than does Delaware. They're not equal. New York sees this. They do not like it. They only got 2 delegates over here. You got a judge on board. The one they're all singing and dancing to, long gone. Mr. Lennox and Mr. Gates, these guys rise, they say nasty things and quit. New Hampshire! Nobody. There's no reply, folks, because there's nobody here from New Hampshire, because the state's so cheap, they won't call up travel expenses. They actually made these guys pay their own money. The only ones. And of course, they do not get here. So the whole thing's half over. The situation's pretty bleak. Even Washington writes a friend who's discussing his despair. Despair. Folks, this man brought us to a war. He despairs of a meeting. That can't be good. New York's come and gone, New Hampshire's not yet here. You got the general in despair. Dissolution of the meetings here. Then there's the peculiar case of Rhode Island. Folks, they're running into some kind of company. Is there anybody here from Rhode Island? Ocean State? Yeah, I don't think so. Folks, we are still waiting for the delegation from Rhode Island. Washington has disdained, he refers to that state as Rose Island. Franklin summed it up. He said, if we fail, we shall become a reproach to future ages. Well, that means us. Folks, here it is. Let's cut to the chase. The answer's the Senate. You get two, and your small states are appealed. In the House, you got more people, you get more members. Well, it sounds very simple. Not simple. That took 2 months of vicious debate. Supreme Court, you've heard of it, folks, it's been in the news lately. The real problem is where these judges coming from. The real problem. Who's going to pick them? Deanne Franklin perked up and said, in this instance, we should use the Scottish method. He said, there, the nomination proceeds from the lawyers, who always select the ablest of their profession in order to get rid of them and share their practice among themselves. So you see, this is an insightful man. The presidency, born here. These men actually discussed the king. Do we have a king, buddy? We don't have a king too. No, not in our country. These guys talk about 2 or 3 of these presidents at once. Franklin's adamant, once a committee, president. The Virginia governor got up, he said a single executive is the fetus of monarchy. And the real problem, the looming concern, 40, 50 vote term. I mean, how long we got this guy? Because these men actually sat and discussed a term for president that would have lasted 20 years. How long is the president, young lady? You know? So I know. 4 years. 4 years. You know why that is, buddy? Well, they voted on 4 years. Why? Why is 4 years? I don't know why. It's just what these men decided. Who elects this president? We the people. It's got a wonderful word. It sounds nice. Roger Sherman from Connecticut stood up right here. He said, the people should have as little to do as may be about government. They lack information and are constantly liable to be misled. Therefore, who elects the president?
Electoral college.
Yeah, folks, we elect electors. They really do elect the president. Look, the office of the president is an office. These people who hold this office, folks, they come and they go. They're nothing other than stewards. I speak the power of the office of president. Folks, this power comes from only one place. And it's no White House. The power of the American presidency comes from right here. Because the man who sat in that chair was trusted, folks, instinctively. And these men gave this office power. They would never have even remotely considered giving any other man. Washington. Doc Franklin perked up last day in a meeting, folks. Old man said he figured it out. He was watching that chair. He said, I have the happiness to know that that is a rising and not a setting sun. Well, folks, Franklin doesn't care about some old chair. He's discussing the new nations on the rise, on the wane, rising sun chair. One thing more, because I got to get you out of here. Look, folks, should there be even one of you who has served in the armed forces and has fought for this nation, you're a cop. We call it law enforcement in this country. Maybe it is that you're a firefighter in that nation. Perhaps you work for the state, you work for the feds. I don't know what you do. I know this. All these people, and for that matter, every president, folks, these people are sworn to do one thing. One. You see, they must only preserve, protect, and defend one thing. It is the Constitution of the United States. And nothing else. To any questions? Anything I said, anything I didn't say, anything you see? Anybody? Any questions? It's over here, we have to sing with the New York bunch.
Okay.
Pardon?
All right. Folks, I tell you what, pretty neat. And Jules, you see me ask the Hamilton question? You want to go sit next to Hamilton? You can't. No, you can look. Come here. Yeah, look. There's Jules looking at Alexander Hamilton's chair. Look, turn around, Jules. Show everyone a Hamilton shirt, right? All right, that's it. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll say I'll see you later. Toodles.